My name is Akindotun. I'm a test student that few other people you're about to see. This documentary is about to show you how the students of Performing Arts and Music, Ajayi Crowther, in collaboration with Tolu Fagbure, brought the play Kurunmi to life. I met with Tolu Fagbure and asked him some questions, which I had absolutely interesting answers. Questions like, what does he really feel Kurumi is about?
Uh, it's a very, very enigmatic play. That play. But perhaps the most fascinating thing about the entire play itself is the focus on the character, Kurunmi. Rotimi seemed to focus on the makeup and the composition of the man, Kurunmi himself. Now, the fact of the matter is, out of the 14 Are Onokakanfo before the current one, Iba Gani Adams, which makes it the 15th. But out of the previous 14th, two Are Onokakanfo, two of them actually fought wars that changed the landscape, history of Yoruba land. One of them is Afonja, and the other one is Kurunmi. And Kurunmi was fighting a battle, a war of probity, appropriaty, of inclusion. Okay? And Kurunmi was fighting a war. Okay? It was involved in a conflict of 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 appropriaty, being proper, following the rules, following the traditions. Yes, a lot of people might say then that he fought a war of vanity, saying that Kurunmi, Aláàfin Atiba, and Balogun Ibikunle, yes, were all friends as children, as young people, as young warriors. They were friends, and but Atiba was a prince, of course, but he was a warrior, yeah, and they were friends. So when Atiba became the Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, then he then selected and appointed Kurunmi the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of the Ọ̀yọ́ Empire, and of course the Balogun Ibikunle held the fort in Ibadan as a key defender or a key player in the army of the Oyo Empire. Now, it therefore means, in effect, that the children of these friends were children to the others. Atiba's children were Kurunmi's children. Now, Kurunmi's children were Atiba's children. Ibikunle's children were Atiba and Kurunmi's children. So the other arm of the fight was a fight of vanity. Now, so if Atiba dies, Adelu's son was supposed to go with him. Yeah? But Atiba wants Adelu to succeed him. Now, Kurunmi looks at it that, okay, I prostrate for the father. Now the son, who is my son, the prince, who is like my son, who is a son to me, who I saw grow up, I would now have to prostrate, genuflect, defer to him as king. No, I can't do that. Now, that's in itself might be a war of vanity, an ego clash. But if you look at it beyond that, all right, apart from the self-aggrandizement, Kurumi's discussion was that tradition should take its normal course and follow. And we had a lot of Kurumis in our land. And that's where I took my own interpretation from. A lot of people look at leaders and look at their flaws, but they forget the good that any of these leaders do to them. So we find a lot of Kurumis dotted in the space of history. Key among them is Muammar Gaddafi of, of Libya. Look at him when he was alive. Of course, he was a tyrant like Kurunmi. He was feared like Kurunmi. But he was loved too by his people, by the people of Libya like Kurunmi.
In an interview with one of the actors in this play, I asked what has been his experience and what he has learned from acting in this play.
From my experience in the play Kurunmi here, I'm playing the role of the Reverend Man, and it's a very tricky role because I have to change my voice, my accent. I'm like, it's a tricky role basically. What I've learned playing the role, well, for one, the director has done the whole idea of making the white man lesser than the black man. That's the first thing that the director himself said when he was directing the play. And I mean, it's very interesting because it's not something you see in plenty plays. Personally, I mean, it's stressful, yeah. And I've learned more things about the white man. Like them. History has not like been very fair on our side as black people. Most times it's always the white man being exalted before the black man. But then in the play, it's like playing this character has made me realize that in the end the white man runs away when there's trouble. The white man runs away. We just like brings it to light that we don't exalt ourselves, we don't give ourselves the accolade we deserve yet. So that's basically one important lesson I've learned.
In this production, there are key positions that also helped in delivering this play. Key positions like the stage manager, costumier, the makeup artist, the lights department, and many others. But to the few that were available at the moment, I interviewed.
It has actually not been easy falling into character because this is my first time doing something like this. I'm more or less like a narrator and also someone that explains Kurunmi through chants, three different scenes, different chants in the beginning of the play, in the middle of the play, and towards the end. And I actually like the character because it's a less line character. I don't have so much lines to deliver. I just have chants to deliver.
What puts me in the mood is that I remember incidents that have happened to me in the past, and I just put the emotions into the role and I act. Yeah, basically.
Actorial style was new, really new. It's something that we have not experienced in Ajayi Crowther before. So starting rehearsals was really difficult. It was really difficult to like adjust to his style and getting the blockings, organizing the students, managing them and everything. But over time, I was able to adjust. I was able to align with what he had in mind. I was able to see the vision he had and work towards it. Then the issue of setting rehearsals, he already had like a timetable set. So my own was just to make sure that the my work was to make sure that the venue was available and the students were there. But the students really, yeah, they frustrated me. They made me go through a lot. But as the SM, I'm not supposed to complain, but it was stressful. It was draining. It was really frustrating and overwhelming at the beginning. But like over time, I got used to it.
It has been stressful, and 20% of the time that I've been acting as the stage manager, it was fun. Just 20 out of 80%, out of 100 though. The remaining 80% has been stressful. I had to act as the stage manager for like a while, and the remaining time I had to act like the assistant stage manager. And during the time that I was the stage manager, gosh, it was stressful. It was very stressful. It is actually stressful.
So we had to like talk for me to like understand the vision he had in place. And I also worked with Mr. Basi as my supervisor for makeup. So we talked about it. Then I went I went to do research. After doing research, I came up with like my own view of what the character should look like, and I had to do a chart describing how each and every one of them would look like. I also researched on the hairstyles that they used during those days because I mean the hairstyles we do these days are not the same thing that they do. So basically, I won't say it was not stressful. I won't say it was stressful. It was just in the middle. It was new, insightful, and educating, and I'm happy that I was given the opportunity to fill in that position.